Nio Stock, or the Nio Stock, has fallen quite sharply from its all-time high of $66.99. But with all these sharp falls that we have witnessed on this stock, or the sharp falls that we are witnessing on this stock, the big financial institutions are very bullish on the Nio Stock this year in 2022. In fact, we've been seeing this month and the previous month these big financial institutions reiterating or increasing the price target on the Nio Stock based on the developments that are to take place in this year of 2022. And talking about the big financial institutions that are reiterated or increased their price target on the Nio Stock, it's the Deutsche Bank. Now, you remember that the Deutsche Bank is one of the big financial institutions that always tells us some of the latest developments, or what the good things they expect out of Nio this year, which is something that also gives us confidence, the retail investor, when we read the article of the things that they expect out of this Nio Stock. Now, talk about the latest articles. This Deutsche Bank just yesterday released yet another article suggesting that Nio is one of the stock that will do very well in terms of share price this year. They expect this stock to do very well. In fact, they gave it a price target or a PT of around $70 per stock, which is representing a 120% increase from where this current trade, or from where the current trading price of Nio is at right now. So this over 120% gains, looking on where Nio is currently trading at now, is something that as a retail investor like myself, it ought to motivate you. And they did not just give it this price target. In fact, on yesterday's article, they also break it down as to why are they maintaining this price target, or why are they anticipating Nio to get to this price target this year. Now, without wasting any time, one of the things that of course made them to get or to take their price target of Nio to around $70 per stock, it's number one, the ET7. You remember that the ET7 is the model that of course Nio will be selling starting from end of March 2022, which is something that as the Nio investor you should be very proud of. Now, you remember that with the ET7, of course, we also read that it has got some pretty good pre-orders, which is something that is supposed to show us or tell us that we can expect this model to do very well also in terms of sales, which is something that will generate quite some good revenues for Nio. As you know, that the ET7 is the most expensive model that Nio is currently selling, which is something that is incredible, and will be the one, or this will be the model that will boost Nio's total revenue for the year 2022 going forward. Otherwise, the second reason that they indicated why they believe that Nio will do very well in terms of share price, of course, is the revealing of their sixth model called the ES7. Now, you remember, those of you who are in social media, just last week or two, there was a picture of a new Nio, or upcoming Nio SUV called the ES7. Now, you remember that this ES7, it will be sort of like an elder brother to the ES6 model. And ES6 model, you remember that it's one of the models that is doing so well in Nio. It's one of the models that is generating some good sales on this Nio stock. Now, the good thing about the ES7, it looks like it might be cheaper than the ES6. I mean, there are rumors that are saying that this ES7, we might see it being cheaper than the ES6. However, the features will be way better than the ES6. So the features of the ES7, we can expect them to be way better than the ES6. But in terms of price, you might find that the ES7, it's cheaper than the ES6, which is something that is truly amazing, because this just means that this ES7 will be very competitive. This ES7, it's a model that will do very well because of its price. So it looks like, or Deutsche believes that this ES7 model will be launched end of Q2 of 2022 or beginning of Q3, and the production of this model, Deutsche believes that it will start in the Q4 of 2022, which is something that it makes sense, because in 2021 Nio has released quite a number of articles indicating or showing that they plan to deliver 3 models in 2022 with the NT 2.0 platform, which with the ES7 it just confirms what they were saying, because you remember that in the year 2022 or this year Nio plans to deliver the ET7, the ET5, and the now the so-called ES7, which is something that is incredible, because this just means that Nio this year alone will start delivering 3 new models, which it makes me to be so happy as the new investor, because this is 3 new models being introduced to the market in 1 year, which is something that is truly amazing and has to motivate you to stay long onto this Nio stock, because it is just set for greatness. I mean, another reason, whilst I already started talking about the ET5, another reason why Deutsche believes that Nio will do very well is because of the upcoming ET5, which is set to start with the deliveries end of September 2022. Now, you remember that with the ET5, you will remember that Nio has already indicated that its pre-orders has surpassed all of their previous models. You will remember that before the ET5, the ET7 was the one with the highest pre-orders when looking at all the cars that Nio is currently selling. Now, the after or immediately after the ET5 was unveiled in Nio Day 2021, Nio has confirmed that the ET5 or the pre-orders of the ET5 now have surpassed all their previous models, which is something that is truly amazing, because this just means that Nio ET5 will do very well. This just means that you need to consider or load the boat, simply because this ET5 model, it will do very well. I mean, just yesterday I read another article indicating that the ET5 is like your second dining area, because it's quite spacious, which is something that is truly amazing and has to motivate you and show you that this model, the ET5, will be that model in Nio that sells like crazy. Now, another reason, of course, why Deutsche is very optimistic about this Nio stock is simply because in September of 2022, the ET7 will be available in Germany. And I think this is quite a strategic move, because in Germany, you remember in Europe, it's one of the places or destinations where there are so many beautiful cars there. There are so many beautiful cars that are being produced there in Germany, which is something that I think the ET7, it's a very good first model, or it was a strategic move for Nio to start taking the ET7 there, because it is one of the best, if it's not the best model that Nio will be selling this year. I mean, this I like. I think this is a good move by Nio, starting to take the ET7 or starting to sell the ET7 in September in Germany, which is something that is incredible and I really like. Otherwise, the last reason that Deutsche believes that Nio will do very well, it's simply because they believe that Nio will announce latest developments regarding their mass market brand, and they expect this update to come before the year ends, which is something that is truly amazing, because you remember that these mass market brands that Nio talks a lot about, it will be a very cheap model. But one of the things that, if I can remember correctly, that makes it very interesting is that you might find that this sub-brand also has the opportunity or also has the benefit of using the battery swap stations, which if they can allow the sub-brand to also use their swap stations, then it's lights out for this stock, because not only will those cars be cheap, but they will also reaping the good benefits of the battery swap stations that Nio provides, which is something that is truly amazing and has to motivate you to stay long onto this Nio stock. Now guys, there are other few things that Deutsche also highlighted, but for the sake of not prolonging this video, these are some of the most important that really made sense for me to do this video for you to highlight, because I believe that it's of importance that you know these kind of latest developments which were announced by Deutsche Bank, or which are the ones that are making Deutsche to be very optimistic about the Nio stock. In fact, in one of the articles that I read, it was showing that the Nio stock could double, the share price of Nio could double this year, which with these latest developments, including the fact that we could see Nio also listing in Hong Kong this year, yeah, it's something that I don't take it away to say that we might see Nio or the Nio stock getting to $90 per stock or before the year ends, because there are just so many things happening around this stock this year, which is something that must motivate you to stay long as the investor. Otherwise, guys, with all that, guys, this video was just for entertainment purposes, and you should not take it as a professional financial advice. If you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do by now, and that is you need to go and consult the professionals. Otherwise, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and if you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey, and God bless you all.